What is up, guys? It's your boy Badge Plug, and today I'm going to be dropping this top 5 on Christmas Eve for all the people that are looking for new builds to create. Now, every time I do a top 5 best builds, I do $50 to $100 giveaways. That way you guys can make your own build if you don't have the VC to make one. So today I'm going to be giving away a $50 Xbox gift card and PlayStation so you guys can make a build for yourselves. All you have to do is drop a like on the video and comment down below what your favorite build in 2K of all time is. Alright, so we're going to be starting from number 5, and I want you all to keep in mind that you can change around these builds to fit your play style, to get a few more badges and extra areas and stuff like that. This doesn't have to be the exact build that you make, but start from where I'm at and then move it around a little bit to your desire. So the first build is going to be a point guard, and I love this build. The only issue with this build though is that when I made it, it got progression glitched at 92 overall and it can't go past 92. So what you're gonna do is get 18 finishing badges. Then you're gonna go down to your shooting over here and get 12 shooting badges, or 11, whichever one you guys want to do. So it's really up to you, but I went with 12 on this build. Then the playmaking, you're going to get 23. Stop at 23 right there at the 44 post control. This build is going to get Hall of Fame finishing badges and Hall of Fame playmaking, as well as being able to get contact dunks at the 84 driving dunk, which you guys will see in a second when we put the wingspan up. So for the defense, you're going to get 5 defensive badges. Yes, 5 defensive badges right there. And like I said, you can move around down some playmaking, get some more defensive badges, but you guys have seen I have a 95 win percent on Xbox with 6 defensive badges as my build, and my main build on PlayStation has 5 defensive badges where I also have a 95 or a 96 win percent. So as long as you can play defense, this is a great build. And even on the threes, if you're worried about defense, just put this build in the corner and have a lockdown on your team. In my opinion, the offense outweighs the low defense, because you're going to be so good on offense that, yeah, sometimes your defense isn't going to be as good, but you're going to be scoring all the time. So 6'4", you're going to want to go all the way down and get this 95 speed right here, 94 acceleration. You can even go with the vertical pie chart if you want to get 99 speed, 99 acceleration, and more vertical at 99 overall, but this is going to be a right away great version of the build. So you want to max out the wingspan, and there you go, 85 driving dunk. You're going to get contact dunks as soon as you start the game. You're also going to get the 6'5" and under elite dribble moves at 85 ball handle. And look, your defense is not bad at all. You're still going to have really good defense. So you're going to have 4 contact dunk packages. At 99 overall, you're going to have an 89 driving dunk, in case you guys don't know. From 95 to 96 overall, all the way up to 99, you go up +1 each overall in every single attribute. You're going to have an 89 driving dunk, a 69 three-pointer, 92 ball handle, 82 perimeter defense, 79 lateral quickness, and an 86 steal. But this is one of the best builds in the game that is good right away. As long as you have your shooting badges, you will be fine. Now, I would go with slashing takeover because it gives you so many other attributes as well. You can go with any takeover you want, but in my opinion, slashing takeover is definitely best for this build. And it's going to come out to say two-way slashing playmaker. I love this build, and it definitely has to be on our top 5 best builds. But let's get into number 4. Alright, so the number 4th best build on NBA 2K22. This one I think is going to be very interesting. No one has really thought about this, at least that I've seen, on 2K22 this year. I personally made this build myself, and I'm probably going to grind it out next month. I think that this build is going to change the way people look at poppers on 2K22. So this is the build people normally create for poppers. It only gets 1 Hall of Fame badge category, as you see, which is shooting. But the one that I'm going to create today and bring to the community of 2K is going to get Hall of Fame defense and Hall of Fame shooting badges, which I believe is much more important. You're only going to take a tiny hit to your badges and get Hall of Fame defense at the same time. So you're going to max out your close shot, driving layup all the way up, and driving dunk all the way up. Then you're going to go up 1 on your standing dunk and get 2 finishing badges, which you will put on silver limitless takeoff. Now, if you happen to hit level 39, you get +1 badge, and I would also put that on finishing so you can use gold limitless takeoff. Your mid-range is going to be maxed all the way out, 3-pointer maxed all the way out, up until you get 17 shooting badges. So put +1 onto your post fade, and there you go. So the normal popper gets 21 Hall of Fame shooting badges. This one gets 17. There is no reason that you will ever need 21 Hall of Fame shooting badges. I promise you, you can have 15, 14, 13. As long as they're Hall of Fame, you're going to be just fine. Pass accuracy is going to go up to a 78. Then you're going to go all the way down right here to 9 playmaking badges at a 71 ball handle. You're also going to be able to dribble a little bit, as you can see. Then for your defense, this is what I also love about this build. You're going to have pretty much every single thing maxed out and get 21 defensive badges. So you want to go down to a 47 offensive rebound and then up right there. And as you see, you're going to get 2 finishing badges, 17 shooting, 9 playmaking, and 21 defensive badges. Now, the reason why I personally believe, and I'm probably going to grind this build out myself, is better than the original poppers, because you take a 4 badge hit on your shooting, which you completely do not need at all, and 2 defensive badge hit on your defensive badges, but you're able to get Hall of Fame defensive badges. Now, into the build, you're going to go up to 6'7" instead of 6'8". As you see, you're going to have an 84 speed and 82 acceleration right away. So you're going to be an extremely fast player. If you do the Gatorade facility workouts or you have Gym Rat, you're going to immediately have an 88 speed and 86 acceleration. Then at 99 overall, you're going to have a 92 speed and a 90 acceleration on a 6'7" player that's meant to be a spot up and also a lockdown. You're going to max out your wingspan, and look at this build right here. I love it. This build is going to come out to have lockdown takeover, which is amazing. That's what I decided to go with, and it comes out to say a perimeter lockdown. Now, there's plenty of builds that say perimeter lockdown. I'm not trying to say this is a brand new thing, but they make it at 6'4", 6'5", stuff like that. This is meant to be a popper build, a pick and pop type stretch big player, and I think this build is so much better than the original glass cleaner, and I feel like it's going to change the community now that I've dropped it for the rest of the entire game. All right, for the number 3rd best build in the game, this is one of my favorites for sure. I love making builds on 2K22, and this build is diverse. It is the best all-around build in the game, meaning it can literally do every single thing good. They're going to want to find this pie chart right here that is half red, half yellow, meaning you're going to get Hall of Fame defensive badges and Hall of Fame playmaking badges. Now, once you get into it, you want to go with the most speed. At 99 overall, you're going to have like a 98 speed with the Gym Rat bonus and all that. But that's not what's important. You want to max out your finishing right here. So you're going to get 7 finishing badges, 7 right here. You're also going to get contact dunks again once you grind this build out, but unlike the 2-way slashing playmaker, you are going to have to get your build leveled up before you get the contact dunks. But that's just an icing on the cake, you know, something to help out the build. It's not a huge deal to not have them right away, but you're going to go and get 20 playmaking badges right there. My bad, the build is a shooting guard, not a small forward. Is the defense. Now, as you see, it's going to get maxed out steal, maxed out this and that, 19 defensive badges. Now, if you're worried about the block rating, if you care about that a lot, I figured out that if you have on block boost, you really don't need block rating as much as people think. But if you really care about that, you know, you don't want to buy block boost, that's fine. You can go down all the way up until you get the 17 right there, go down a little bit more and add that onto your block. Max out your block and you'll still get 17 defensive badges with a maxed out block. So there's a bunch of ways that you can mess around with this build. If you make it at point guard, I think it's going to get 1 more finishing and 1 more shooting or something like that. But you don't get rim protector, which is something that makes this build all around. As you're going to see, it can guard every single build on the court. So you can do what you want with it, but I recommend point guard or shooting guard for this build. Now, another thing you can do, as you see, is you can max out, get your 19 defensive badges. You can go down onto your defense right here and then go up to your shooting and get your 11 shooting. Hold on, we got to go down just a little bit more and you're going to get 11 shooting badges. So there's a bunch of different ways you can go with it depending on your play style. This is a build that you can really mess around with, but as I showed you guys in the beginning, that I think is my best version of it. But let's go forward because I don't want to go backwards and do all that. Anyway, 6'7" is the height that you're going to make this build. As you see, it can guard literally every single position, every player, except for probably like a 7'3" post scorer on this game. Maxed out wingspan is going to get an 81 driving dunk. So at 98 overall, you're going to unlock contact dunks, which, like I said, it isn't a big deal because you're mostly going to be taking limitless takeoff dunks anyway. You're going to be able to shoot. You're going to get the 80 ball handle at 99 overall, which is going to give you some even more dribble moves, and you're going to have the defense of a lockdown. So Hall of Fame playmaking and Hall of Fame defensive badges, contact dunks, you're going to be able to shoot, you're going to get great dribble moves, and at 99 overall, you're going to have a 98 speed and a 96 acceleration. Because the +4s that you get from 95 to 99, then you do the gym rat or the Gatorade practices in the facility, and that's also going to give you +4. So once you get into it right here, you can go with whatever takeover. I recommend lockdown or slashing takeover because this build is a great defender. It's pretty much one of the best defenders in the game, but I would go with slashing takeover because I'm more of an offensive player and I trust in my defense without having that. It is a two-way pass first guard. The number 2 best build on NBA 2K22 is going to be a shooting guard, and it's very similar to the third build that I just showed you all, except for instead of Hall of Fame playmaking and Hall of Fame defense, this is going to get Hall of Fame finishing and Hall of Fame defense. This is my build that I've showed you guys. I've actually grinded out myself. I love this build. Now, the reason why I have this higher than the two-way pass first guard is simply because of its Hall of Fame categories. It's going to be pretty much the same build, except for I strongly believe 100%. I mean, I've tested so many builds this year, guys, that you do not need Hall of Fame playmaking. It is not worth it to not get Hall of Fame finishing to have Hall of Fame quick first step because you can already move so fast without it. So you're going to get 16 badges. Yes, 16 Hall of Fame finishing badges as you see right here. The shooting is going to be around the same as the other build. You're not going to get a lot of shooting. I advise if you get to level 39, you put your extra badge on shooting or playmaking. Playmaking, you're going to get 14 badges. You can go up to 15, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did with this build. So I went with more defense on this, as you guys are going to see. Now, I do not advise this, but if you want to go down 10 defensive points right here, you're going to lose 3 badges. You can put that onto playmaking and get 1 more playmaking badge. And like I said, there's a bunch of things that you can do. You can go down 10 for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to lose 4 finishing badges. You can put that onto your playmaking. You know, there's some things that you can do with it, but I feel like this is the best version of this build and I love it. You guys know it's one of my favorite builds. It's my second favorite build, and coincidentally I put it at the second best build in the game. So you want to go all the way up, get that 94 speed, 93 acceleration. You do your gym rat facility stuff, you're going to have a 98 speed, 97 acceleration. Then as you grind out the build, it's eventually going to hit 99 speed and 99 acceleration. Max wingspan, 94 driving dunk. At 99 overall, you're going to get a 63 pointer. You're going to have a 98 driving dunk, 98 steal, 92 perimeter defense, 90 lateral quickness, be able to get rebounds, be 99 speed, and something that's also really cool is 2K has those attribute armbands for steal, for driving dunk, so you can put one on and you can have 99 steal or you can have 99 driving dunk, whichever one you want. As you guys know, I go with the 99 driving dunk. So I start the game with a 99 driving dunk. Then into the takeover, I went with slashing. You can also go with lockdown, and it comes out to be a two-way slasher, shades of Anthony Edwards, Kobe Bryant, and Jaylen Brown. If that doesn't tell you this is a great build, I don't know. All right, so the number 1 best build in the game is a point guard. I've also got this build grinded out myself, and I went on a 108 game win streak with it for proof of concept if you guys don't believe it. I love this build, and especially after the recent patch, I believe this is better than a playmaking shot creator. So as you guys know, I love my 2 Hall of Fame badge category builds. This build is going to get Hall of Fame finishing and Hall of Fame shooting badges. You're going to want to go with the top physical profile that's going to give you the most speed. Then your finishing badges is going to be 15 finishing badges right there. And then you're going to go all the way to shooting, get 19 Hall of Fame shooting badges. Playmaking, you're going to get 14 badges, or at least this is how I made my build. You guys can go up and get 16 playmaking, but I'm going to show you guys how I made it and then show you a few variations that you can do as well. You're only going to get 5 defensive badges, but like I told you guys, man, offense that is super good outweighs having a little bit of defense, especially when you're good at the game and you know how to play defense. So one thing you can do is you don't need 19 Hall of Fame shooting badges. You can go down a little bit and get those playmaking badges that you want to get. So as you see right here, you are able to go down on your free throw and get just a little bit more playmaking. So you can get 15 finishing, 14 shooting, 16 playmaking. Or another thing that you could do if you really want to is you can put that back on there, get your 19 shooting badges, and go down on your finishing. So it's really up to you, because at the end of the day, I showed you guys what I did with my build, but this is also something you can do. 9 finishing, 19 shooting, 16 playmaking, 5 defense. You can go down the finishing, a little bit down on the playmaking, get more defensive badges. But as I showed you guys, you just need to take around what I gave you, then mess with it and go with what you want. This is the best build on NBA 2K22. 6'3", you're gonna go all the way down, get that max speed right there at 173 pounds, max out the wingspan, and at 99 overall, you're also going to get contact dunks. But like I told you guys, you don't need contact dunks. It's just an icing on the cake for most builds, because most of the time you're going to be doing limitless takeoff dunks, which is not a posterizer dunk. So once you finish the build right here, you've got a lot of takeovers to choose from. It's gonna come out and say facilitating finisher: Kevin Johnson, John Morant, and DeJounte Murray. So guys, make sure to drop a like if you hadn't yet. Enter in that giveaway for free VC. It's your boy Badass Plug. You've been plugged in, and I'm out. Peace.